development, we can do that. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The honourable member for York South Weston.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's an honour to rise today to speak to my private member's bill, Bill C-227, an act to amend the Public Works and Government Services Act, Community Benefit. Community benefits are defined as the benefits obtained by a community above and beyond the infrastructure project itself. These include but are not limited to local job creation, paid training, affordable housing, green space, or any other benefit identified by the community itself. Mr. Speaker, my colleagues have brought up some concerns regarding this bill in today's debate and previously. I'd like to address some of them. It is in fact a myth that this bill will increase red tape and increase costs for small and medium-sized businesses. It's not true. In fact, Bill C-227 speeds up the approval process, thereby saving money for small and medium-sized businesses. When you have communities consulted on the kinds of benefit that they would like from an infrastructure project and can see those benefits being obtained from an infrastructure project, they are more likely to support the development process and speed up the approval process for new development, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is also a myth that business groups and other organizations oppose Bill C-227. In fact, the Toronto Board of Trade, the Vancouver Board of Trade, the Montreal Board of Trade, and many other organizations have come out strongly for community benefit agreements as a good way, as a good economic policy to tackle youth unemployment and also to deal with the issue of including marginalized groups that are not included in the construction industry, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is also a complete myth that Bill C-227 did not receive adequate consultation. The fact is, I have consulted extensively on this bill, Mr. Speaker, all across the country. The groups that I have spoken to include, but are not limited to, the United Way, the Toronto Community Benefits Network, the Atkinson Foundation, the Mowat Centre, the Canadian Building Trades Union, the Canadian Labour Council, the Carpenters Union, the Province of Ontario, the City of Vancouver, and many others. The Mowat Centre and Atkinson Foundation have jointly published numerous studies that have stressed the importance of community benefit agreements for local economic growth. I have consulted all levels of government in the provinces across Canada, but having said that, my consultation process is ongoing, and I have already planned many meetings across the country to make sure that I continue to consult widely on Bill C-227. Mr. Speaker, this bill is modelled on Ontario's legislation, Bill C-6. And the beauty of that is we're able to now understand what has worked and what is not working with the Ontario legislation. As such, for example, Bill C-227 addresses the concern about implementation and measurement of outcomes. It does so in two ways. First, this bill empowers the Minister of Public Works and Government Services to demand from contractors to demonstrate what they think the community benefits would be from an infrastructure project, and also demand an assessment after the completion of the project to see whether those benefits were indeed delivered. Secondly, it also requires the Minister to report back to Parliament once a year to show how the community benefited from various select building and repair projects. Community benefit agreements are also in line with our government's priorities, including procurement modernization and social infrastructure promotion. I'm asking my colleagues from all sides of the House to support this bill, Bill C-227. Help me to enable communities all across Canada to benefit from building and repair projects. Mr. Speaker, I was elected to Parliament to represent York South Weston, to push and propose legislation that would benefit my constituents. Bill C-227 does exactly that by dramatically improving the economic local impact that infrastructure has in local communities across Canada. This will help York South Weston and many, many other communities across this great country. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.